Thanks for joining me. This is my first video on plane models. This happens to be my prized possession and my favorite one that I have. This is a Northwest. It is tail number N665US. It's a Boeing 747-400, 1/200 scale, and this is made by Inflight models. So let's open this up. We got the plastic cover here that protects the paint from the styrofoam. So first we have our stand. And this is definitely one of my, it's my hometown airline. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I never did get to see this up close, although when I was growing up, my grandmother lived very close to the airport, Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, and the runways were configured a little differently back then. And there was a runway that was in Richfield, and it would border the actual west side of the airport there, and there used to be 747s that would land, kind of coming or taking off, as well as DC-10s, and they were so loud. I just loved it. Definitely one of my favorite things was hearing those loud jets, even though they were so distracting and at the time annoying to many people. But let's take a look at this model. So if we take it off of here, it's quite a heavy model. What I'd like to do is to get some measurements first for you. So lengthwise, from tail to tip, just about 14 inches. Wingspan, we have 12 and 3/4 inches. And if we look at the fuselage, from top to bottom, it's about 1 3/4, and aft to starboard, also about 1 1/2. The tail, total height is just over 2 inches, and length about 3 inches. And it's quite a heavy model. Let's go ahead and weigh it. So first we're gonna tear out the stand. Okay. And we can see it is 2 pounds and just over 6 ounces. And in grams, we have it's 1.87 kilograms. So definitely a substantial model and a substantial weight in the die-cast metal. So the cool thing about these models, and it's a lot like Gemini jets or JC wings as well. But I really love the Inflight. I've had Gemini jets as well, but I just don't think they're as well made. But if I can get the framing right here, we have the front landing gear. And when I first bought this plane and opened it up, I thought, if you could see, it doesn't turn all the way around, but I thought it was backwards. I thought this little shock absorber, kind of where you can see where it kind of folds the metal there. I thought that was supposed to be on the back end. It is on a lot of other models of planes, but this particular model, the 747, I've seen a 747 up close now, a 400 and a -8 when I worked at UPS at the airport, and now I can see that is correct, that configuration. All these wheels do move, do roll, and you can see on the underside of the plane here, we have some of the little rudders, and we have the ram air intakes here. And another cool thing, if I can get it on camera with the lighting, you can see each engine does turn. So if I can get some good lighting here, okay, that looks pretty good. You can see the engine turn. And all four do move. Also have the wingtips. You have the red wingtips there, but on the inside of the plane, so the passengers would have the view of the Northwest logo right on the wingtip here, and then of course you have the iconic N there. This is the bowling shoe livery. As you can see, you have the bright red, with of course the bright red tails that were so common at MSP back in the day. And you have kind of like a United almost gray, the battleship gray, and then a dark navy, really kind of a muted navy blue here, and then the white on the bottom. You have your red beacon light here. This is the hole where the stand goes in. And these are fixed wheels. So the little flaps here, they do have some give to them, as well as the suspension, but the wheels don't come off here. Those are fixed. You have the markings on the engine, as well as you have the bottom slats. All the slats are they have a print in the metal here, in the die-cast metal. They don't actually extend or move, but it's a nice touch. The paint job is just wonderful on this. You have another beacon light on the top, as well as a fin, and right here you have the I believe the communication, and we also have in the back here, we have the APU port here, and you can also see the back side of the engine. If we can get some good light in there, also is quite detailed. You can see the little nozzle, the exhaust nozzle that comes out of the back of the engine, as well as you can see through the engine as well. See through the engine, and so here it is, kind of straight on. You can see a lot of detail in the windows as well. And you even have quite a bit of detail here in small lettering. It does say 50 years bridging the Pacific. And it also says there's a little sticker here, worldwide KLM reliability. We have, of course, right here, the tail number, the registration of the plane, as well as on the other side as well. Same emblems on this side, as well as the American flag. And you also have the registration on the front nose flap as well. All right, and if you want, you can certainly, like I do, display it on the stand. Let's get another view here. So you can display it on the stand here, and it's pretty solid. It does have some movement to give it a little bit of flexibility. It doesn't really, if you tilt it back, that's kind of the best way to put it on and off. If you could see the stand, it's not really a solid. I don't know if I can get that to focus. A solid port that goes in there, so it kind of works best if you set it down like this and then onto there, and make sure it's secure before you let go to not damage your model. And if you want to, you can certainly display it and set it down right on its wheels. It does roll back and forth, doesn't roll very well on this pillowcase. I'll do another 360 here. You can see a really nice finish and paint job on the jet. And also great, one thing I love about Inflight as well is just how nice the packaging is too. That's another, I think, advantage that they have over Gemini jets. And this one arrived, any jets can arrive, any models can arrive damaged, of course. But I had two with Gemini jets that I had to return, and one I got some money off because they were either damaged or there was gaps that were way too big between the wing and the fuselage. But as far as I can tell, this model is nearly flawless. So that's it. That's my Northwest Boeing 747-400. I wish I could have flown on these beautiful planes. In the comments, let me know, has anyone flown on this exact plane or on a Northwest Boeing 747-400 or -8? And what did you think? What was it like? And what are some of your memories of this great Minnesota hometown airline? So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with a new model.